Welcome back, everyone, to the weekly Armchair Kickoff podcast. This is our United show. This is Devil's Advocate, and today this is our pre-match show for Manchester United versus Roma, Europa League Semi Final. Massive game for Manchester United today. 5th semi final in 2 seasons. Look, I think for all of us, all as United fans, this is a very, very nervy moment at this moment in time. Obviously, a lot on the line today. Ollie's first trophy is in the balance. Obviously, there's the hoodoo that we've had in the last 2 years have not been able to get over the line in terms of our semi-final prospects. But look, this is it today. We're at home today against Roma, 7th in the league in Serie A. So I think for us at the moment, it is a very big game, and there's a lot on the line coming into this one. Now, look, I will be joined by other Reds on the show here today as well, where we will be reacting to kind of starting lineups. We'll be talking about tactical approaches and kind of just give our overall reaction to what's going on today. I was going to come to a couple of comments here. Firstly, Reese in the house, Reese with that emoji. Matthew Brown's also in the comments here today. Matthew said this is where we break the curse. And Rory is also in the house, where he says, Good evening, Rory. I hope all is well with yourself. I hope you're not as nervous as me coming into today's game. But obviously, look, starting lineups are yet to be announced. They should be announced about 6:30, 7:15. So I said, look, I said I'd jump on early to have a chat with you Reds, see how you're all feeling coming into today's game, because obviously, look, it's massive game. Biggest game of our season so far for me. I feel look, there's a lot on the line today. There's pressure on the players, pressure on Solskjaer, but I think we're going to do it today. I do think we have enough in our locker to definitely go out and get the win. Be interesting to see what happens with the lineups. Is David De Gea going to start in goal? There's talk that he may come back in between the 6 today. Who's going to start up front? Is Cavani going to play? Is Greenwood going to play? Is Rashford going to start? Eric Bailly's also been called back up into the squad. So a lot of moving parts today. People are going to talk about who's going to start in midfield. Before the lineups get announced, I think it's going to be McTominay and Fred, to be honest. Not fully against that. Look, again, it's a big game. You're going to need energy. Ellis from the Spectacle View podcast is in the house. Ellis says, quite nervous for this one. Hopefully a good performance and get through it. Let's kill the game off in the first leg like we did against Sociedad. Look, I absolutely agree. I think tonight with this game, it's essential that we don't concede an away goal. I think if we can win this game 1 or 2-0, taking advantage over to Rome, Stadio Olimpico with no away goals, considering our away record, I think that would be very good coming out of tonight's game. Like, I think you look at games in the past, like remember we played AC Milan in the semi-final of the Champions League in 2007. We beat them 3-2 in a very thrilling game at Old Trafford. Remember Wayne Rooney scored the winner and 2 away goals, and then look, we got bet 3-0 in the reverse fixture at the San Siro. So I think when you look at this, I think you have to say no away goals tonight. Let's not concede away goals. Let's go out, let's be on the front foot, let's try to take control of the game. Let's score early and let's make them come out. Because if you know, when the Italian team, like Roma, they're going to sit on their 18-yard line. They're going to be compact. They're going to put like 10 players behind the ball, and it's going to be hard to find space in the pockets. So I think it's important for United tonight that we do break them down early, get a goal in the first 10-20 minutes, and let's make Roma shit themselves. Let's make them come out and let's let them push maybe 5 or 10 yards higher up the pitch. You know, let's get them to try move out of their comfort zone. I think that's important, because we can't let them get comfortable in the first 45 minutes of the game. The longer it stays 0-0 in this game, the more it favours Roma, because again, they can nick a set piece, they can score off a little counter attack. So I think for me, very, very important that we get a goal in the first half, get a goal early, and let's put these guys under pressure. Now, former Manchester United players in their squad tonight in Henrik Mkhitaryan, Chris Smalling, both players who have a point to prove to us. tonight. Like obviously, both of them both of them let go from the club because they weren't good enough. So, look, I think like any former player coming back to the club for a big game, there is always going to be that sense of revenge will always be on their mind. Even if they didn't leave the club on bad terms, they'll always want to show why you should have kept them. So I think, Joe, it is. It's very big. Like I think we have to stop the two of them. Obviously, Edin Dzeko as well, former Manchester City player, focal point up front. He's someone who we have to watch out for. They do have Stefan El Shawari as well, another Tottenham player. Pedro, former Chelsea and Barcelona player, plays for him too. So look, we can't underestimate him at the same time. But when you look at the quality of player we have, Paul Pogba, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, Mason Greenwood, Edison Cavani, then obviously like you have players like Donny van de Beek who can come off the bench and maybe make a difference. Amad Diallo, there's different players who have that bit of flair about them who can pick them apart. So it's very important. One sec, guys. I'm just going to come back to the screen in a moment. I just forgot my bottle of water beside me, so I'm literally going to be back in 2 seconds. So do hang tight, guys. I'm back, guys. I'm back. Had to get a bottle of water here because when you're on a show and you're all talking, your voice goes very quickly. So I'm on the hard stuff tonight. But anyway, as I was saying, like, look, I don't think we can underestimate him, but at the same time, what I would say is we have enough quality to win this game. I think we're under no illusions that that we shouldn't be in a position. Like when you look at the places in the table that in their respective leagues, like these teams are, Villarreal are 7th in La Liga, Arsenal are 10th in the Premier League, Roma are 7th in Serie A. Really going off their domestic form this season and the way they've been playing all season. We should be favourites, so we should be coasting this Europa League. But at the same time, it's very important that we do be patient and we don't get too ahead of ourselves, but we do put our stamp on the game. I think that's very important. Rory says he's a little bit nervous about tonight. So am I. Like, look, I think it's a big European semi-final. It's our biggest game of the season. Again, it's a massive game. It's our biggest game in the last 2 seasons. I feel this feels bigger than the Sevilla one last year because a lot of pressure is on this team if they don't win this semi-final, I believe, and the manager too. Matt says in the comments, is Donny going to start? No. Look. I think he might start against Liverpool, to be honest. I think Bruno Fernandes may get a rest Sunday, but Donny won't start today. Someone claiming to be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer says, don't get too excited, guys. I'm going to sit deep and try and nick something on the break. I'm not making any subs until the 88th minute. Cheers, Ollie. Yeah, that's not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer anyway. So that's, even though that's a very well laid out message there. But look, start 11s haven't been announced yet. So it'll just be interesting to see now. Be interesting to see kind of who they start and kind of what kind of approach we'll take. I think it'll be a 4-2-3-1 and the usual formation. I do think we might see Pogba on the left. So we'll see. We'll see kind of where we go. So I'm just going to check Twitter now and see if we get our starting lineups up here, and then we can discuss the lineup. Let me see, guys. Let me see now. No lineups out yet, guys. So whilst you're in the comments, guys, do give me your predicted lineups for today's game. Let's discuss these lineups. So I'm going to give my predicted lineup right now. So my predicted lineup is I want to see Dean Henderson in goal. I'll go Armand Bissaka right back. Lindelof Maguire centre back. Luke Shaw at left back. In midfield, I'll go McTominay and Fred. I'll go Marcus Rashford on the right. Bruno Fernandes in the 10. Pogba on the left, and I go Cavani up top. Now, what I was thinking that we could do today is, I know Rashford, the thing about Rashford is he's probably only going to play 65, 70 minutes. He's been doing this the last couple of weeks, Rashford. He's played 65, 70 minutes, and Greenwood has come on the right-hand side. So I think we might see that again today. I think Rashford will start on the right, and then we'll see Pogba off the left. And then we'll go Bruno behind them and Cavani up top. The reason why I think Cavani will play is because he didn't play much significant minutes on Sunday against Leeds. So I think, like, when you look at the likes of Chris Smalling at centre-back, who's a quite physical player, I think it would be a nuisance to start Greenwood up front, because I think he'd probably get out muscled up there. Whereas I think if he comes on the right-hand side later on in the game, I think he could be very effective. So that's the way I think we'll go. Rory's lineup is in here now. I'm just going to wait. We have another comment in here from Ollie. I can reveal I'm starting McTominay and Fred, and I'm shoehorning Pogba onto the left wing. That's good, buddy. And then we see here, Rory says, my lineup for tonight is Henderson, Aaron Bissaka, Maguire by Shaw, McTominay, Fred, Bruno, Rashford, Cavani. Yeah, more or less what I have as well. Except I think Lindelof will probably start tonight. And I do, as much as I want to see Henderson in, I think David De Gea may get the nod in goal. I think he may get the nod in goal today. So look, when you look at that lineup, I think I don't think I'd be too wrong in terms of the starting lineup. I think maybe the goalkeeper, I think Henderson or De Gea. I think De Gea played the last Europa League games, so it'd be interesting to see who starts. I know the Arsenal lineup has just come out there, so I'm thinking the United lineup should be there now as well. Do hang tight on me, guys. Arsenal's lineup for their game got announced for today, so I think we may see Manchester United's lineup get announced very, very soon, with Arsenal's just come out an hour and a half before the game, so we may see it. And for those who are obviously watching the video as well today, do smash a like on the video. Do subscribe to the channel. It does help massively towards helping us grow. Today I did have Lou Macari, former Manchester United and Celtic player, on the podcast today. He came on today. He talked about his career coming through Celtic. He talked to us about kind of when he first signed for Manchester United and how that materialised. And he's a very good story how he actually nearly signed for Liverpool. Literally the day he signed for Liverpool, and a couple of days later he signs for United. So that's a very interesting story. He talks about playing with George Best and Bobby Charlton and so forth. And we talk about this season with Manchester United as well. So we discussed a lot this afternoon. So after the match tonight, I will repost the link up with the show with Leo Macari. Do check it out after the game tonight. He also has the same score prediction as me as well. So do check that out later on. Rory says in the comments, Keane, how is the weather in Ireland? Do you know what? It's looking out the window now. Yeah, it's just cloudy, but it's warm. It was sunny earlier on. I went for a walk in the countryside earlier on today. Very nice walk. Walking off some pre-match nerves. As I do on a match day, I always have to do a pre-match walk and have the earphones in and try to listen to some upbeat music, because especially big games, my head to be all over the place, thinking about what lineup we're going to go with, what happens if we lose. Do all these little things creep into my mind on match day. So yeah, it was a nice day here today in Ireland. I know you're based in Scotland, Rory, so let me know how it is over in Scotland. Is the weather nice over there at the moment? I know the UK is kind of booming at the moment with their weather and their beer gardens at the minute. So do let me know in the comments what the weather is like in Scotland at the minute. But anyway, I'm just going to bring a couple of Reds into the show now in a couple of moments. But just with regards to this, guys, give me your score predictions in the comments below for tonight's game. How do you think it's going to go? Do you think Manchester United are going to win by a couple of goals? Do you think it's going to be a cagey affair? Let me know in the comments. And I want to see how confident you guys are, because for me, I'm a bit 50-50, to be quite honest with you. That's just me on a match day. But yeah, let me know in the comments, guys, what your score predictions are, and how confident you are with today's game. I know for me, a bit 50-50, guys. A bit 50-50. Just letting the Reds know now they can jump on now. I wanted to get them on for the the lineup reaction. So we'll get these guys on. 1 second, guys. Rory says it's a beautiful day in Scotland as well. Yeah, look, it's kind of nice across both Ireland and the UK at the minute. Like, you know, I have a lot of friends in the UK, obviously, from doing YouTube and stuff like that, and seeing their stories on Instagram and stuff like that, and seeing their beer gardens. Looks like to be very very good over there. Rory says he thinks United are going to win 2-0 United. And then Matt says in the comments, I'm confident for today's game, but it's going to be tough. I think we will win 1-0. Yeah, look, it's I think it's going to be a tight affair. I think 1 or 2-0 will be the scoreline. But for me, again, as I say, I think we should be, on the front foot. We should try make them come out early. Let's try get an early goal, and let's maybe try put a few past them. I think that's very, very, very important in terms if you want to get a sizable gap, especially going to the Stadio Olimpico, because I think that's going to be a tough game. Like, before the game, you're going to have their fans outside the ground. It's going to be a hostile atmosphere coming into the stadium. Obviously, going away from home to Italy is always tough. I know we beat AC Milan earlier on the season in the San Siro, but it was tough going. Like, we had to wait till Pogba so came on the pitch before things really got going. But yeah, look, it's very interesting, guys. Very interesting. As you can tell, I'm really nervous coming into tonight's game. Like, it's such a massive game. Like, when you think of European semi-finals, obviously we've played many big games. Barcelona, like the anniversary of Barcelona is literally today, and watching that Paul Scholes goal, like, I get goosebumps. Barcelona had a tweet up today about Messi doing Paul Scholes in the corner. So anyone who knows me on Twitter knows that I like a bit of banter. So I replied to Barcelona's official Twitter page today, and I was like, "But Messi seen this though, didn't he? It's a picture of Paul Scholes absolutely striking the ball into the top bin, straight into the back of the net." But I'm going to bring in one of the fellow Reds now at the moment, and it's Mr. Reese Russell in the house. Reese, how's it going today, pal?
All right, man. How's it going over there in Ireland?
Very, very good. Very, very good. Nice evening. Birds are chirping. Manchester United are on the box. Nervous as hell, but weather-wise, everything else, very good. How's it going? How are you feeling about today's game?
Well, you know me. I watch Italian football, so I'm relatively fine going into this game. You can have a little bit of pre-match nerves. That's normal, like, in terms of like how it's going to go. I think we'll win, but it's not. I've seen a lot of people saying it's going to be like 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. I'm like, calm yourself. It's going to be like 2-1 or something like that. It's going to be relatively close. It's not going to be an absolute hammering. But if, obviously, like, I was watching your interview with Lou McCarry earlier. Little plug for people who are watching the channel. Give it a watch. His comment was spot on, saying if United start really well and they take their chances, it could be like 2-0, 3-0, and I think the same. But I'm going to go with 2-1. I think Roma might nick something because it's at Old Trafford and we are prone to conceding the odd goal at home. But other than that, I'm looking forward to the game though.
Yeah, so am I. Like, look, it's massive. Like, a semi-final, it's always big. Like, look, we've had quite a few of them in the last kind of 2 years, but this game today, it feels so much bigger. I don't know what it is today. I didn't feel like this before the Seville game. I did not feel like this before the Seville game last season. Because I think it was not too long after the restart, It didn't have too much significance. Like
Yeah.
This for me, I don't know what it is, but it feels. I just woke up this morning and it feels.
Feels like a proper match feel, like a big main event match feel. That's what it feels like, or it's like we watch boxing and sport and all that. We watch combat sports. It's like you're getting through the undercard. This is the main event. It's that big feeling, and that's what this feels like. It's like it's the two heavyweights going at each other. But I think Roma
put
in a
Champions
decent
League game,
test.
don't it? Like when you look at the two clubs, it's like a Champions League knockout game almost, because we played them a couple of times in the Champions League. It just feels like that magnitude. We have another comment in here. It says 6-0 win. You're confident today. You're very, very confident.
That nickname follows me everywhere from Taran. He always calls me like it's not my fault. I drink Pepsi and shit.
Rory says in the comments, Dzeko is Roma danger man. Yeah, look,
I think he's one of them. I would say El Shaarawy.
Yeah, definitely. I said that earlier on as well. Like anyone who knows the weekly armchair kickoff, we always talk about our group chat on this show. I literally packed Ed and Dzeko in the FIFA Ultimate Team pack today.
I know.
I knew what was coming. I knew what was coming the minute I seen that. It's like, that bastard is going to score tonight now. Like, And Manchester United's lineup is in. David De Gea in goal.
I did tell you he would start. I did tell you he would start, man.
Yeah. So we have David De Gea in goal. Aaron Wan-Bissaka right back. Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, Fred, McTominay, Rashford, Bruno, Pogba, Cavani. So I basically got 10 out of 11 right. I said Dean Henderson kind of because I wanted him to start, but
Of course, naturally.
I knew kind of in the back of my mind David De Gea would start, obviously, because he looks like to be the cup goalkeeper now. Obviously, that's big news coming into this game now, because obviously you look at De Gea, he's given the vote of confidence in the semi-final, just like last season. He's given the vote of confidence ahead of Romero against Seville and against Chelsea last season. Yeah. Initial thoughts of the lineup? What you expected?
I was expecting a few changes, to be honest. Obviously, Luke Shaw's my player of the year, but I thought Luke Shaw was not going to start tonight. I thought Luke Shaw would have been rested for Sunday against Liverpool, but in all fairness, I'm fine with that. I thought Eric Bailly might have got some minutes in, because up against Dzeko, you would want a little bit of pace and physical player in there, but Lindelof and Maguire have been playing very well lately, so they should cope. My biggest problem, though, is Fred, and it's not because Fred's a bad player. It's I've said it on the podcast yesterday, and I reiterate again. The Roma manager used to manage him at Shakhtar, so he's going to be like, "Oh, Fred's playing. Yes, I know exactly how to handle this." So I've got nothing against Fred. It's just a matter of this manager's familiar with him, so he's going to have something up his sleeve. But I think the lineup's actually all right. Fair play to 10 out of 11 right. I think the goalkeeper issue, I think not starting Henderson tonight's actually a good thing, because then you can measure how his performance is going to be on Sunday compared to David De Gea, because obviously it's two strong teams, Roma then Liverpool, and we'll see where Henderson is up here. Like, will he bounce back? Like, in terms of, David De Gea's had a great game, now I've got to go and do even better. So I like the fact that these two are competing against each other and they've swapped round, Henderson in the league, David De Gea in Europe. I'm okay with that. I've got no problem with it. But if it gets to the Europa League final, if United get there, I would probably put Henderson in goal for the final, and I'd play De Gea for maybe one or two games in the league. I would swap them round based on that situation. But for the semi-finals, stick with De Gea. There's no problem with that at all.
Yeah, look, I was expecting to have De Gea to start. Look, again, I don't want to be, I suppose, reactionary. I don't want to be,
of course,
angry about it, because I kind of expected it. But it was just, I think for me, when you look at Dean Henderson's obviously been probably our best keeper since he's come in. I think he's shown the confidence he gives our two centre backs, especially when he's in the side. For me, I think he would have been more of a candidate to play today. Now, obviously, Ollie's given his vote of confidence to De Gea, so I think as a fan base, we have to do that too. I think we have to back him today. And I think, you have to say, we have to look at it and let's be diplomatic here. This is our strongest team we've more or less put out today. Like, this is our first 11 that we've played for the majority of the season. When you actually think about this is the starting 11, because De Gea's back in goal. This is the 11 we played in that run to getting top of the table this season when we went unbeaten for that long time. This is the exact same 11. Rashford on the right, Pogba on the left, Bruno on the 10, Cavani up top, and then McFred behind them. So I think you look at this and say, when we've had our best games this season, this has been what the starting lineup has been. So when you look at this game, I think there's no excuses for us today not to win this game. Now, I'm going to get the Roma lineup. I'm going to get the Roma lineup here now. If you want, you may get there before me, but
no, I'll not. By all means, I'm just going to stick in here. So the honour's all yours.
Yeah, 2 seconds there now, Reese. I get the Roma lineup here.
I got a feeling El Shaarawy will start on the left and Pedro will be on that right hand side. I think.
Let's see.
With Dzeko.
They're giving me the United lineup. I've already seen that, guys. Why they give me the fucking United lineup? They give me just the United lineup. I looked up Roma lineup and they give me Manchester United.
You might be able to get the lineup if you got. He's not. Oh,
no, El Shaarawy isn't starting. Your man that used to play for Juventus.
Yeah.
Spinazzola, whatever. I don't know how you pronounce it, but
the fullback. Well,
yeah, it looks
back,
like
I should say.
he's playing. Mkhitaryan. So it's Pau Lopez in goal. Cristiante, that's how you pronounce it. Chris Smalling, that centre back with Ibanez. I cannot pronounce half of these names, guys, so I do apologise. Look, Reese, do you want to read them out off the screen there? Because I can't pronounce these guys.
Send me a picture on. Oh, hold on, I've got it now. So let's see. So you got Lopez in goal, Cristante, Smalling, Ibanez, and Karsdorp back four. So Karsdorp will play right back. Diatvara, Vertu, Spinazzola, Mkhitaryan, and Pellegrini is a 4-2-3-1 setup with Dzeko up front.
Mkhitaryan,
very impressive. I reckon so. Looks like
you know what, though? The thing about Mkhitaryan in the number 10 role is, and I noticed that when he played at United, he can get bullied very easily. He can get bullied very, very easily. Now, if Matic was playing today, I would have said that. I think McTominay could do that same job on him. If McTominay gives him a couple of tackles early on, lets him know he's there, you might see Mkhitaryan for the rest of the game. That's the way he used to be like at United. So I think I'm more hoping than expecting, that in that respect. For me,
if he plays out wide, it'll be interesting. Because
if he plays out on the right hand side,
he's 31.
Pocket him.
Yeah, I think he's 31, 32 now, but he's still got a decent bit of pace on him, and he's still got it up here, like intelligence wise. But Luke Shaw should be able to handle that, no problem. I think he's only playing just in that number 10 role just to draw space out of Fred and McTominay. I think if he can draw them out and then get the midfield clear, they'll come through. That Diawara is a very good box-to-box midfielder. Like he'll be in and around like as an engine, but I'm surprised the likes of Zaniolo or El Shaarawy aren't playing. I would have thought those two would have played. Like I'm surprised they're not playing.
Yeah, I think I was expecting El Shaarawy or Pedro to start today, but in that regard, it looks like they're not playing. So I think, look, for us, I think that's very good because they are dangerous players. But again, I'm confident in our back four because when on their day, our back four is solid. Like Lindelof, Maguire have been solid these last couple of months. Wan-Bissaka and Shaw, when they're on their day, not many people can dribble past them. So
yeah, I agree.
So look, I think when you digest this, I think when you see both lineups there now, United have the stronger lineup. Roma will be organised though. Roma will be organised. They will sit back on that 18-yard line. Chris Smalling in a low block. He is someone who is very solid there. He's very good in the air. Yeah. But Cavani is the X factor today. I think he's someone, his movement is going to be so crucial. I think Pogba coming inside, making that space for Luke Shaw in the overlap, Shaw whipping in them crosses to Cavani, that can be key today. That can be very, very key. Even on the flip side, if Aaron Wan-Bissaka has the game he had on Sunday against Leeds, if he has that type of game tonight, that's massive too, because he was very, very good and he flew under the radar on Sunday in terms of his performance.
Yeah, he was actually one of frankly, I would have played him further forward than Dan James, to be honest. um, you know me, I do not rate him at all. Like I don't rate him. Like I think he needs to go out on loan. But no, Wan-Bissaka, like he had a brilliant game against Leeds. I mean, he wasn't the absolute best going forward, but in terms of like when he was going forward, he applied himself very well, and defensively he's still really good and reliable like in terms of defensive work. So that's something we like have got no problem with. I thought Telles would have started against Roma. I thought maybe as an additional attacking threat on the left hand side, maybe in front of Luke Shaw. Like together, I thought that would have worked.
No way.
Telles as a left winger, I think he's more of like a forward player than he is as a fullback. I don't trust him as a defender. I think as defender, he's fucking useless.
Not in the Premiership. Not in the Premiership anyway. Like I think in any other lesser league, he could get away with playing left back. I think the Premier League against the top sides, he gets exposed.
Yeah, I agree. In Europe, he's been impressive. In terms of European games, he's had those impressive moments. Like when he's on his moment, like the PSG game, for example, he was brilliant. It's just he didn't kick on. In that PSG game,
he played in the wing back role, though. That's important to remember.
Yeah, that's true.
And he had Luke Shaw playing behind him in the left centre back role.
He's just so good anywhere he plays, Luke Shaw. It's about time like he gets the respect he deserves. That's what I'm glad about this season, is he's shown people what he's capable of.
Yeah, I think like I was talking to Lou McCarry today. Lou said like Bruno Fernandes was his player of the season on the show.
Good shout.
He did also say I just need to throw this in there. He did also say Jesse Lingard is his player of the season as well. Just to shout out to Amy there with that one. A former Manchester United player has praised Jesse Lingard. That's good. That's good. That just
and he didn't mention Juan Mata.
Yeah, absolutely. But yes, like look, it's a very exciting game. Like I'm my leg is shaking here. Like literally, I am absolutely shook.
I went to the shop earlier, bought 2 cans of Red Bull and 3 bottles of Pepsi Max. Well, cherry, normal, and Pepsi Max. So I'm sorted for the game.
Do you know what I done right today? Literally before I went live, I went to the shop and
good man.
I went to the shop and I bought some ice cream in the event that we don't get the result we want.
What did you get flavour wise? It's got to be accurate here.
No. I got 2 different ice creams. I got a Snickers ice cream and then I got an ice burger.
What's an ice burger? I don't know if they sell that here.
I'll whip it out for you. 1 sec. That sounded so
nice.
Wrong.
I got to see this.
That sounded so wrong.
Sorry, I understand you. So, guys, just whilst Keane's getting his ice cream, just a comment to the chat. And what's your thoughts on the lineups? Where do you think the crucial point is for the Man United team, and where do you think Roma pose a threat? Just to the chat.
This is what an ice burger is.
Oh, that looks like it's like an ice cream sandwich when you get here, like sort of thing.
What are they called in the UK? Anyone in the comments, if you're Irish, you know what an ice burger is. But if you're from the UK, what are these called in the UK? Let me know in the comments. I'm going to put it back in the freezer there now anyway.
Because I've not had one in so long, I can't remember. But it's not an oyster, because that's totally different.
If anyone knows in the comments what that ice cream is in the UK, do let Reese know, because it's wrecking his head.
It is physically recommended, because I haven't, in terms of like what you see over in the UK, I can't remember top of my head. Yeah, Matthew's obviously commenting of let me whip it out for you. I guarantee someone is going to come in with that name now. Someone's going to come into the chat and it'll be reading the comments saying Manchester United went 2-0, read by let me whip out for you, and you're going to say that. I just know it's going to happen.
Oh, stop lights.
Oh, I'm happy with the lineup. Just
Rory's
Fred.
In the comments, he says he's happy the lineup is just Fred. Look,
I get that. He's a good player.
I expected him to start though. To be fair, like he played well. Yeah. He actually played all right on Sunday, and he played good against Spurs. So I'm not really fussed with Fred starting today. If I actually be brutally honest about it.
I hope if he scores tonight, I hope he laughs in that Francesco's face and be like, "You sold me, mate."
Yeah, 52 great British pounds. Oh, stop! I am literally.
We'll just leave. We'll just leave the million out.
Yeah,
We'll just say £52
£52
because that's accurate.
Oh, stop. Just obviously getting some more updates. Yeah, it looks like to be 4-2-3-1 anyway. And it looks like it is going to be Rashford on the right as well, as expected.
I expect him to change Pogba.
I have a little quote, a stat for you here. You know, we all love stats. All Twitter loves stats anyway. So
go for it.
Here's a stat for you guys, because I know people love stats. I'm not indirectly digging. You know, I'm not.
I like stats, but I don't watch football for stats. But I like stats.
Yeah, I like stats too. But at the age of 23 years and 180 days, Marcus Rashford becomes the youngest ever player to reach 50 European appearances for Manchester United.
Nice. If I'm right, that record he's breaking, is it Ryan Giggs?
Would it be Ryan Giggs? It could be one of someone like that. Yeah.
I don't think it was Beckham, but I know Beckham was the first Englishman to get 100 Champions League appearances. I know he was the first for that, but I think it's either Rooney or it's got to be Rooney or Ryan Giggs, surely. But because I don't think it was Whiteside in terms of European games, I don't think he got close to that. Has to be Giggs or Rooney, surely. It should say surpassing whoever.
It didn't say who it surpassed.
Shite.
But let us know in the comments, guys, if you know who Rashford's after surpassing in them European appearances. Please do let us know. Yeah, just looking through the Twitter timeline now with regards to the starting lineup.
People bitching?
No, people are saying strong lineup. Let's go.
Interesting.
Yeah, so like, look, I've seen a lot of positivity on the timeline. Yeah, like it looks like Roma are playing 3-4-2-1.
Cristante will be playing in a back three then.
Yeah,
I'm surprised he's a central midfielder as well. By the way, he's a central midfielder playing the back three. Yeah,
that'd be interesting. But them playing that, like, again, it could cut off. Obviously, the likes of Rashford and Pogba in the pockets. But Bruno Fernandes and Pogba and Rashford, interchange and movement is going to be very, very important. Behind.
I think we've got the players to nullify Roma. Frank, I've got nothing against a back three system. I think playing a back three against Man United is very smart. It's a system that I like, the back three, but they're playing a back three against Cavani. That's why they'll be playing a back three, because Cavani's movement against a back four, he would tear those centre backs apart. But I think Smalling will be in the middle of that back three, so Cavani should be able to control Roma
all day. 2-1 United. Yeah, look, I agree. I think our lineup is more than good enough to beat. And then Rory says in the comments as well, is Chris Smalling playing for Roma? Yeah, he is. He's playing on the right side of the back three, which I think Pogba, bully that man. Bully him, Paul. That's all I'm going to say.
Watching the first half, Pogba will deal with Smalling, and then the second half, Smalling will switch sides, and then Pogba will jump on the other side, and then Pogba will handle that. I guarantee Pogba will follow Smalling that whole game.
Yeah, or Smalling. Smalling may be run away from Pogba. It's going to be like that. But anyway, Reese, I think we're just about to wrap up there.
False has made an interesting prediction for Dzeko.
Who's made a prediction for Dzeko?
In your comments on, it looks like it's is that the Twitter stream version? Twitter
stream. Dzeko most likely scores from a free kick, unfortunately.
To be fair, I can see why he's saying that, because like set pieces, United, it's a weakness. And I'm going on record, we are not going to concede from open play tonight. It will probably be like a set piece. I don't think it's going to be like a free shot at us. I think it will be the same. But I'm going United. They're going to win this game 2-1.
Yeah, same me. I'm gonna predict a Manchester United win as well today. I'm gonna predict 2-0 United. I'm gonna go Paul Pogba and Edison Cavani. Getting on the score sheet, and I'm going to go 2-0. I'm going to go to keep a clean sheet. I fancy us to do so. And look, let's hope United get the result. This obviously is our pre-match show wrapped up. And And look, with regards to this, guys, we will be back tomorrow with our Manchester United versus Liverpool preview. I am going to be joined by Phil Brown from Beyond the Pitch and also Keith from the Liverpool Day Trippers podcast as well. So we have two very established faces in with myself. I'm just a guy. That's literally just me. I'm just a guy with two very established faces in the football world.
Don't bring yourself down like that. You're good at this.
Yeah, but look, that's what's coming up on the channel, and that's tomorrow night, 8 p.m. And look, always remember, do like, share, and subscribe. And after the game, when we get the win today, do check out my interview today with Mr. Lou McCarry. That's on the Weekly Armchair
awesome.
podcast YouTube channel. Do check that out. Obviously after the game, don't watch it during the game. There's an hour to go before the game, but wait till after the game when you're in good spirits after winning.
I recommend it, guys. I watched it during the premiere. So a lot of interesting information in that, especially about how McCarry nearly signed for the Dirty Rats. Yeah, so there's a story about Lou McCarry nearly signing for Liverpool. So do check that out after the show. But look, that's what's finished. You can see my Twitter handle at Keane_Franey for all your Bruno Fernandes propaganda. And yeah, you reset United Venom. He just likes bantering every son of a bitch on social media. So that's us. We're out here. Let's hope Manchester United break the semi-final duck. Let's go out there. Let's have one foot into the Europa League final. Let's do this, United. Come on.